Hello,
Good
and welcome.
evening. How's it going?
Yeah, good. How are you?
It's
Eid
it's
Mubarak, belatedly.
thanks. It's been a frustrating what 2 weeks, 2 3 weeks.
Is
So
that because you're not eating?
no, the eating wasn't the problem. it was throwing away 2 goal leads, man. I
Oh
mean,
no, mate.
obviously I haven't been here for the last couple of shows, and yeah, it was frustrating having to sit here in the silence and watch.
I blame you for not being here personally. So sort that out.
Okay.
Well, you're back now, so there's no excuses.
So okay, so I'm back, and that means we are walking away with
We'll
three
we're winning
points
the league
on
now, aren't we?
Wednesday, and we
Naseem's back. We are still
Arsenal
top of
will
the
be
league.
back to normal. We're still top of the league, so that's. I mean, we've got the points in the bag. City still needs to get the
City
points,
still
so
need to win. I can't
yeah, they
see
still need
anyone
to win the
beating
games.
City, but apart from us, because we're going to beat them on Wednesday.
Yeah, but the thing is, you look at City. It means they need to go on a 15-game winning streak to really win the league. I don't, as much as City is good, I don't see them doing that. They're going to drop points. I'm, I, I'm glad Brighton lost yesterday. Not that I'm glad United won, but I'm glad Brighton lost because now the concentration is going to be on the league and not the FA Cup. And the bad thing there is we still need to play Brighton, I think, and City needs to play Brighton. So
Yeah, Brighton look a good team. I mean, they are a good team.
They are a good team. Yeah,
we still got to play Brighton. Unfortunately, that didn't go well
Yep.
last season, but we're going to beat them this season.
Yeah, I mean, look, I almost feel like the pressure's a little bit off them at the moment because look, if
Not
City win
Brighton,
this, and when it comes to us in City, I think there's more pressure on them than on us.
Yeah,
that's the way I feel.
Probably there is now. There is now.
Yeah,
I think if they win their games in hand, they go top, don't they? But yeah,
the pressure is they need to win those games. That's it. They can't drop points. They have to win those games, and that's probably a good thing. But yeah, onto the show, and
let's invite the guests on.
what's happening?
Who have we got today? We've got
Majid. Majid, the new guy.
How's it,
Hello,
Majid?
You are on mute.
You are on mute. There we go.
Very well. How are you guys doing?
Yeah, good.
Hi,
Thanks
everyone.
yourself.
I'm very well, thank you.
So Majid, on the show, when your first time is here, you've got to get up and do a little dance and.
Oh, really now?
Well, you can do if you like. But don't feel pressured.
No, I don't mind.
No.
Tradition, you know.
So, are you where are you from, Majid? Are you from Cape Town, or you?
Yeah, I'm based in Cape Town. Yeah.
Yeah.
Originally from Nigeria, Canada. I'm
Right.
dual citizen. Yeah, but based in Cape Town, South Africa. Yeah.
Excellent. How long have you been an Arsenal fan for?
Oh wow, that's not fun now. I'll say top of my head about 20 years actually.
20 years, long time.
Like a grassroots, yeah. I've also been in Cape Town for that long.
Right.
And,
Okay.
following the.
Was it Cape Town that drew you to Arsenal?
Say that again? No, not really. I actually been supporting him before I got to South Africa.
Right. Okay.
But it more reinforced, coming to Cape Town, meeting people of like minds.
Yeah.
And the journey, actually, we started watching at a pub in Kennyworth, which is actually a Manchester United pub. And it's called Rascals. And then, with Derby, the guys that we used to watch the game with then, actually see the progression, how we now got to have our own home base in Plumstead. So it's quite interesting seeing the guys from back in the days. We will now have our own spots, our own venue that we can call our own.
Yeah, pretty absolutely. Nice. You a regular at the Plumstead?
Yes, I do go regularly, but since I moved away from the southern suburb, I try to catch every now and then. Yeah, so a bit far away from the venue now, but I still go for all the big matches. Yeah.
Who's your favorite player of all time?
Of all time, yeah, that would be Thierry Henry. Yeah.
Thierry.
Yeah. Age 14 ever. I don't think that would change, but I think, Henry is my number one from way back. Nice. I still have a couple of shirts with his number, name written to tomorrow. Yeah.
What's your favourite Arsenal moment?
Well, I think if I look back, I think it should be the game that we played against Chelsea. The Kanu one score an hat-trick coming back
Right.
from. Anytime I see that, that's just something that still resonated tomorrow. And I
Yeah.
met him a couple of times in Lagos, Nigeria, and we
really?
discussed that moment actually. So it's something that's to tomorrow. And again, it has a more significant impact because when you look at the fan base in Nigeria, right? A couple of Arsenal supporters, moved to Chelsea on the back of Marino.
Right.
The new money taken in and seeing the fact that how we've progressed. And many of them like to come back now into the fold. So it's quite significant now. It's a huge bantering between Chelsea fans and Arsenal fans in Lagos and to tomorrow. So we like the fact that how we've progressed. That they're on the back foot. And looking at the previous fans who used to love Arsenal, looking for fame and all that, how they were rich now they're back in the fold. So that's like
the glory hunters, we call them.
absolutely, yeah.
Well, Chelsea will hopefully get relegated this season. But anyway, that would be nice.
To that, bro.
That would cap the season. Right, we do have other people as well. We've got Gavin. How's it, Gavin?
Hi guys. Hi Alex. Welcome.
How's it? Yeah, we're not going to do a long intro with you because you've been on so many times.
Oh yeah. Okay.
but we're always happy to have you on, Gavin.
What much to say?
We've also got Jody. How's it, Jody?
Well on yourself, guys. Thanks for having me on the show.
Yeah, pleasure. That's a really clear mic you've got there.
Yeah.
But you got to tell everyone what the mic's used for, though.
Just screaming at every gamer online.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Right, so without any more delays, let's go on to what we've got lined up for tonight. We have, when the graphics team wakes up, come on, graphics team, you can do it. No?
Let's go.
Come on. Has he fallen asleep? Come on, Morgan, wake up.
I don't even think he's moving. I'm trying to look at his.
Is he frozen?
Oh no, he's
moving.
moving.
He's moving.
Yeah.
Let's add him into
struggling.
What's going on?
Sorry.
There you go.
Let me just
Right. So at some point he's going to show us the slide. I haven't even seen the slides. I don't even know what's on my own show. It's terrible. We have an anagram. There we go. It's pretty much the same as it always is, really. So we've got an anagram. We've got the weekend results. The Saints nearly march all over. That's a terrible headline, that. But also quite true. And then we've got the quiz, and then the road to the title, which we are going to win. And then there's the prize winner of question of the show. So if you're in the audience, keep your questions coming in, and we'll review those and announce the winner towards the end. Right. So let's get on with it. What is the anagram today? Oh yeah, don't forget Ronnie's podcast as well, where we will talk about all things Arsenal. The link to that is on the Facebook page. So yeah, check that out. Pretty awesome. Right, anagram. Become VP Klein. So that is an Arsenal player. You got pretty much until it's quiz time to try and figure that out. Any ideas, guys, so far?
Jeez. I also didn't see the slides, so I'm also struggling here.
Yeah, no one's seen the slides.
Yeah, you also haven't seen them, so you also have no idea.
I haven't seen the slides.
Jeez.
I have no clue.
No clue.
No, don't all shout at once. No. Anyone in the audience? No. Okay. Well, you got until quiz time to figure that out. So let's have a look at the weekend results. We'll talk about Arsenal Southampton in a minute. Fulham getting another win against Leeds. Where's Morgan? Who thinks Leeds are going down? Who hopes Leeds are going down? Yes, let's all laugh at Leeds. Man United Chelsea, which could have been a decent match, got postponed because of the FA Cup, which unfortunately United won. Palace, Roy Hodgson's winning streak came to an end at Everton, but Everton with a red card, they are in trouble. Does anyone who thinks Everton are going down potentially?
No, I think
No,
it's
you think they're
Leeds,
going to survive?
Leicester, Southampton, yeah.
I think
Leeds,
yeah.
Leicester.
Yeah, Liverpool getting a pretty close win.
Yeah,
against
I
Forest.
think Everton.
Yeah, go on.
Mm.
Gavin, what did you say?
Look, I mean, they're back to 18th, aren't they? I mean, there's no reason for them not to still be panicking about it. To be honest, I'm talking about Everton now. So they might have. I think there's a game in hand, right? No, they're not. It's all up to whatever happens with Leicester and Leeds. You know, so sure it'll be just. I know some Everton fans, and I know that they're going to lose their shit if this happens. But the truth is that it is it's a high probability. You know, anything can happen in the next 6 games. So I think not Forest and Southampton are pretty much on their way out. Although there's only 1 point in it, it all depends on how Leeds carry on just declining. So. But Everton are still in the running for relegation, and I would be worried if I was an Everton fan.
I'd be worried if I had Sean Dyche managing my team as well. In other results, I mean, it's not pretty football, is it? In other results, Liverpool got a win against Forest, which was Forest again fighting for their lives. I mean, I expected Liverpool to batter Forest personally, but 3-2 was a bit of a close call. Emery's unbeaten run coming to an end at Brentford. Brentford, a pretty decent team though, had a good season. Leicester getting a very important win against Wolves as well. Brighton Man City was obviously postponed for the FA Cup. just when you thought that Arsenal were having a bad weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Well, isn't that St Totteringham's Day? That was it yesterday, wasn't it? That was it. So in all the drama about us winning the league, we've all forgotten about St Totteringham's Day, and that was yesterday. And Tottenham now cannot finish above us in the league, and that's happened 6 games early. So whilst there's all this talk about maybe we're going to bottle it and maybe we're not and everything, our target was top 4. And, the target every season is finish above Tottenham. And to finish above Tottenham with 6 games left to play, I think that's a massive achievement in itself. So,
can we take a moment to at least all laugh?
What's that? Sorry, Gavin?
I think, can we take a moment to all at least laugh at Tottenham? Because I think the Tottenham
Yes.
5 minutes of 20 minutes of 5-0. Like I've never enjoyed a football game in my life.
Yeah, thing.
Unbelievable.
I've got. I didn't Google. I've got the anagram. Can I say it?
No, you got to save it. No, you're one of the hosts, man.
I'm so proud of myself. I don't do it.
You can't be winning your own competition. Marking your own homework. And the other score was West Ham's battering of Bournemouth away from home as well, 4-0. I think. Majid, have we given West Ham confidence by throwing away that 2-goal lead against them last week. You think we've given them a sense of self-belief?
Yeah, I think so, to be honest with you, because when you look at the 2-0 up and having them to come back the way they did, they seems to, and against the top of the league, Arsenal, and that seems to ginger them to some degree that I think they could do it. So anybody that take points at this stage of Arsenal seems to resonate some confidence. For the fact that top of the league, they've been there for quite a long time, and that happening, you will see the way West Ham is now believing that they could take on any other opposition and take point off them. So it's a positive result for them. Unfortunately for us, which I think also impacted our confidence a little bit, but it is a confidence boosting result that West Ham had against us. Yeah,
definitely. So let's have a look at the top of the league again. When the graphics team wakes up, there we go. Come on, you can do it. There we are. Tottenham. That's a nice one. So, yeah, if Man City win their games in hand, they're going to go above us. But Jody, are we going to win the league?
We are. We have to.
Love it.
I don't see any other outcome, unfortunately.
No. Good.
No.
Anyone think we're not going to win the league?
Um,
I'm firmly. I have to say, I am firmly now in. We're going to win the league.
Yeah,
I think it's a case of we just have to. It's not even it's there's no option anymore, And I said long before, and I think I might have said it on the text last week when you guys were doing the show that everything's going to, whether we win at Southampton or not, everything's going to come down to Wednesday night. If we really want to be contenders to beat the champions, we have to beat them. And if you don't beat them, then we don't really deserve it, right? And that's where I'm at the moment. So it's a case of we are going to win the league because we're going to beat them on Wednesday. And that's just we coming in as underdogs, which is actually great. I think I think it probably takes the pressure off in some way.
Yeah.
That's you think, okay, listen, so we never got the points, and this is how the young Arsenal side don't have that experience, and this is what everyone's been putting on them all the time. Now they're going to go to the effort and they're just going to go and enjoy it. And I think coming away is going to shock everyone. And yeah, I really believe that's going to be the turning point, and it always has been. That game had been scheduled at the beginning of the season. That was going to be the game.
Yeah, I prefer it when we're underdogs. I like it. I like it being underdogs. It's like the pressure's off. We've been underdogs all season, haven't we? No one expected us to be where we are, so it's a bit of a miracle that we are where we are. Not so much a miracle, maybe, but it's just the guys have done well, amazingly well, actually, to get where they are.
Absolutely.
So let's look at that game at the weekend or on Friday night. Arsenal Southampton. Jody, I'm going to start with you, and we're going to look at that team sheet. So the big name surprise on the team sheet was due to Xhaka's illness. And that was Vieira. Should we have played someone else?
I thought we should have started Smith Rowe in that position. Vieira was a bit lightweight on the evening, I felt. And it was just running into the back of him. He did pull off some nice passes. You could just see he wasn't physically up to it. I don't know, maybe it's just me, but...
Do you think he's up to the task generally for Arsenal or in the Premier League? Or do you think he, like you say, he's too lightweight?
I think in Europe he will do okay. And then eventually build up his strength for the Premier League.
Do you see him as a Champions League player, though?
I don't know. I honestly don't know. Well, no, I don't think so. If I don't know, then I don't think so. No.
No. Okay.
Yeah.
No. Do you think we should be keeping him then next season, or do you think we should maybe loan him out or sell him?
I would loan him out. Because I think there is potential. He looks like a good player. He just gets roughed up. He gets pressured easily off the ball.
Do you think you should go to someone like a championship player, or do you think we should loan him? Should we loan him out to a championship team, or loan him out abroad? Do you think he needs a bit of a kick in the championship?
Yeah, I think championship. I mean, look, Odegaard when he came in the first season, similar to a point, very similar to a point. And then his second season, look, it was like way better.
It's not easy to come into the Premier League, though, is it? It's a tough league. Pace and power, and he's certainly not got the power, has he?
No, definitely not. No. Yeah, it's like I said, he's exactly. I saw exactly the same thing in Odegaard. But Odegaard was playing a lot more in his first season. But he has to be loaned out. Yeah, definitely. I would loan him out and give him another chance. That's what I would do.
Yeah. What's everyone else's thoughts on Vieira, Gavin?
Despite his namesake, I really don't think he's up to it. At that level just yet. He's maybe a definite sub, but starting, I don't think so. I would have preferred to have seen Virginia start, actually, to be honest. Okay. In that midfield position too, because Saka was.
Do you think he plays? Do you think he fits in with that box-to-box role though, Jorginho?
He does have certainly the passes that can open up the defense. In that box role, for Xhaka is a kind of very hard player, and one needs it, and perhaps neither Vieira or Jorginho is going to do that. But I mean, people, I heard some comments from pundits saying that maybe Jorginho should even start before Partey on Wednesday, and that because he had a shocking game. It wasn't really up to speed at all. So I think as a sub, I feel that and I see in some of the comments here that maybe just try with Trossard, but Trossard's more of that game changer on the wing and up the front. So I don't know about the midfield, but I think my feeling is that Jorginho would have been a better option.
Of course, we could have played Sambi Lokonga. Oh no, we got rid of him.
No.
I really don't believe you when you're going to win the league.
The game starts, 30 seconds in, I've barely taken a bite out of my hot dog. I actually missed the first goal. I looked up, just staring at my hot dog, wasn't I? And I was like, stuffing my face and everything. I mean, no one expects a goal in the first 30 seconds, do they? I mean, we're not playing Bournemouth. But 30 seconds in, Ramsdale with a horrendous error.
Sure.
That cost us the first goal. Majid, do you think the nerves got to Ramsdale?
Yeah, well, I think it was just a bit of complacency. Talk about the pressure as well, because coming down with a draw, and there's just some nervousness and a bit of complacency there, because we just can't make that kind of mistake at that level. It's really, really unacceptable. So I would think, nerves, a bit of nerves, and the fact that we're coming from that, there's a bit of pressure for us to win that game, and it just got a bit nervous.
Do you think nerves have got a lot to do with the past three results?
If I look at the almost the way we tried to come back after conceding those early goals, how we dominated and all that, there's something fundamentally wrong. With firstly, we talk about the last game. Vieira is completely not at par with the rest of the team. So you can see the gap completely, which shouldn't have happened. I will completely agree that it needs to be loaned away, not even within the Premiership. Let him go somewhere where he can have every week game time and probably, develop confidence and map out. We'll be able to see, the skill set and how to use him when he comes back. But for now, it's taking the team back completely. It's not supposed to be playing last weekend. All right. So the nerve is there, but looking at how we've played the last two games, so many errors, and the guys felt so bad, and the way they tried to actually come back, I still think there's positive in the outcome, which means underdog going to Wednesday, and the kind of resolve that I can feel with the team. They're going to City to go and win it on Wednesday. That's the only positive thing I've seen from the last two results. But you're right, the nerves is kicking in, but it's enough now. The last two results, I think I'm hoping that that's about it. And let's go to Etihad on Wednesday and get the result that we require.
Yeah, we've got to win, haven't we? We need to win. Going back to the second goal.
Can I just say
through ball to Walker? Yeah, go on, Gavin. Yeah.
As much as we want to point fingers at Ramsdale, it was a stupid mistake. Yes, it wasn't a bad pass, but why was Zinchenko standing on the outside of the box with two players either side of him asking for the ball? I mean, he's the kind of player that does that, where he's very, how can I say, he's aggressive and saying like, give it to me, sort of thing. When he had two options on either side, Zinchenko was asking for the ball, much like Maguire was asking for the ball when De Gea gave it to him. So there's two people in play here. And I think that the players that are playing at the back, if they keep on wanting to play out and they asking for the ball, they better flip and get it. And there's always that risk to play down the front. So I think two of them are to blame for that goal.
Would you have played Zinchenko?
We're trying to chew in.
Would you have played? Would you have played Zinchenko over Vieira in midfield? Why would you? Zinchenko plays most of his game in midfield anyway, as a sort of a box to box midfielder, left back, whatever he is. What would you have played Zinchenko in midfield and Tierney as a left back?
That's not a bad option, actually. I've never really thought of it that way, but because he has the experience of doing that, and maybe that's something that Arteta would think of. I think to leave Zinchenko out of a game that involves Man City wouldn't be a good idea, So I don't think he deserves to be dropped. But he in every single goal he had a role to play. I mean, if you think of the back header, with he wasn't marking the man there. He wasn't chasing after Walcott when he was running down the. So there was. Yeah.
Wasn't anywhere to be seen, was he? And with the Walcott goal, it was nowhere. I mean,
he was nowhere. No, exactly. And he asked for the ball 20. And that's the thing. I think we mustn't get away from that.
Just on that second goal then to Walcott. I mean, Walcott's pace got the better of Gabriel, but when that through ball was played, also Partey was nowhere to be seen. I mean, that is literally his role to mop up in front of the defence, and it was nowhere. He was running back trying to catch the guy, but that guy, you should be blocking that guy from making that pass. Partey's not been great recently. I think Gabriel without Saliba, his form sort of dropped off. Would anyone agree with that, Jody? What do you think? Do you think both of those players have had a bit of a drop in form recently?
Yeah, I think Zinchenko a little bit. He's that little 3% is not there defensively. If you look at that second goal, if you see before that through ball's played, Holding and Zinchenko both run to close off the pass, but they just stop before that ball's played. It was half tried to stop the ball, and then he just played it through. Holding sprinted to stop, but he kind of slowed down before the pass was played, and Zinchenko came from the other side, kind of slowed down, just half put his foot out, and the ball was put through.
That's. Do you think we're badly missing Saliba? Do you think Rob Holding's not at fault for everything, is he? I mean, to be honest, I think he's probably been one of our better defenders recently. What do you think?
No, we definitely miss Saliba, and Holding. I think he's doing well. I don't think he did anything wrong in the game. But there was that extra tenacity that was missing from Saliba. That drive, And just if Saliba was playing, I think you would have got there and intercepted that ball. Yeah, we're just missing that. Yeah, we're just missing that extra gear in defense.
Do you think Do you think Saliba brings the level of the team up?
Yeah, it's like that composed aggression. If you could put in a sense like that, composed aggression. We do miss him.
Yeah. So lots of problems at the back. Three goals conceded at home. That's pretty much where we lost that game. Majid, do we have any problems in attack?
Yeah, I think Jesus dropped form. I must be honest with you. If you look at the chances created, even when we are 20 down, so it did drop form, and I will expect that we need to do something else and to try something else in the front, maybe Trossard combination. But I don't know whether it's a nerve or so, but Jesus has also, I would say also contributed to not getting the result last weekend completely, because the clear chances that you expect a more aggressive, spot-on striker, number 9, to take, and it's a sitter. So I'm not sure what it is, but the only way we could do that, we can't afford not taking that kind of opportunity when it comes. So
he did miss a sitter, didn't he? From about 2 yards out, and blazed it over the bar. I thought that was he should have scored that, really, shouldn't he?
That was disappointing completely. Yeah,
I think it was a header and a shot.
And the tapping as well. Yeah,
the tapping.
Yeah. So we need to do something. Everybody. But I think, look, I think the whole lads, they're feeling the fact that they could have done better. Hence, I'm, not to be prophetic, but I'm actually thinking there's some positive out of that going into that City game. Everyone have that sense of they could have done better. So we could try that out, but I guess Arteta needs to have a plan B. We can't afford to sit on the game for too long, with this guy dropping form. He needs to be able to change or try something else completely. It's a 90 minutes now or never.
Would you start with Jesus or would you start with Trossard up front?
It's a big call. I will still
try something completely different and try and
because it's City, right? If I have to go with the performance, I'll say okay, give Trossard a chance. But because we're playing City, and you need Zini and both Jesus that understand that team, give them a chance the first 30 minutes, and I think I'll still go with Jesus completely. But having said that, I'm not going to wait until half time. If I can see that is that confidence level of missed opportunities there, I should be able to sacrifice them immediately. Yeah. That'd be my recommendation.
But anyone else drop Jesus?
Yeah, I think he's got a point to prove, isn't he? I mean, he's going to go back to the Etihad. He's going to be the, he was the guy that wasn't good enough to start, when Haaland comes along, etc. And I think he's definitely. I agree with Majid that he is definitely a starter, but with Trossard and the waiting as a replacement, I mean, how was him hitting that crossbar on that shot? I mean, if that had gone in, we'd be having a different discussion now. We're talking millimeters, and he did everything right. I mean, there was nothing he did wrong. That deserved to go and I think he's the kind of player that comes on and people, they're cautious when he does, And in saying that, I mean, like we all talk about Wednesday night as being. I'm going to just say one more thing about that is that I think City do fear us. I don't think they do know that we have the capability of beating them. The manager does, the players do, and I think that we can really make a difference and do that. So without Saliba though, that's the big question mark for me, and it doesn't look like he's going to. It could be the season. Hey, if that back injury,
I think so.
Yeah,
it's not looking good. I
think. Yeah, it isn't great, and I think that I don't know what the solution is there because, I think on the show before, Alex, we had talked about this, and I said, who's going to stop Haaland? And you said, well, there's Saliba. Well, who is? Is it Rob Holding? I don't think that's not going to happen. And Gabriel is going to have to, he's the only option really, and that's going to be the turning point, And
do you think it will be Gabriel marking Haaland, or do you think it will be Rob Holding? I have a feeling it might be Rob Holding over Gabriel.
Really? Sure.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, in the FA Cup game against them, he
hasn't got the speed to chase him, though.
He's picking up Haaland. Haaland's not massively quick, though, is he? He's not super rapid. I think Saliba would beat him for pace, probably, but and Rob Holding probably wouldn't. But he's not. Haaland's not.
He starts moving before the pass, and the thing is that once he starts moving and he gets into that stride, Holding's not going to catch him.
No, I think a lot of it is positioning, and I think he will probably lose Holding, and Holding's instruction will be for the entire game to get really close to Haaland and make sure he doesn't receive the ball. But as we've seen in previous encounters where he's been given that instruction, it doesn't tend to end well. He gets booked early, and then that's it. He's vulnerable then for the rest of the game. So I don't know. I have a feeling that Rob Holding will be put on him, but who knows? So Southampton, was it 2 points lost or 1 point gained? Feels like 2 points lost.
2 points lost.
Say that again.
but at 3-1 down, did you?
We
thought we were going to get back into that game.
No, I didn't.
I thought it was done. At 3-1, 2-1, I thought, we're going to come back into this. We'll probably draw, maybe win. But 3-1, I thought it was done then. A lot of people around me were walking out.
They've not shown the
ball. Once Ødegaard got the goal and it was 3-2, I suddenly thought we're actually going to win this. And it really was that close that we should have actually won it in that last 10 minutes of the game. Yeah, really. And were those penalty shots legit? I never saw any replays of them. I still haven't actually.
No, I don't think so. No, from what I was hearing, and the last one wasn't either.
Oh, the last shot when it wasn't a shot. Jesus took it down, and then a player went through him from the back. And then they cleared the ball, and the final whistle was blown. But they didn't show replays of that.
No, they never.
Also, the Trossard move as well.
I'd go frame by frame. No, there was no replay.
Ever seen a replay? Every other VAR inspection against Arsenal, you see it 40,000 times from 5,000 different angles, but yet nothing. How?
Well. Are you trying to say there's an agenda against Arsenal here?
Yes.
It feels like it. Yeah, it feels like it, though.
It absolutely does.
Yeah.
It's felt like that pretty much all season, hasn't it? The refs versus Arsenal. It almost feels like we're playing against 12 men.
They've come out and apologized and fired officials because of what I'm saying, of shocking decisions that have gone against us.
Yeah,
and the point wasn't restored either.
One thing I did find quite bizarre in the Southampton game was Anthony Taylor's decision to not book the Southampton goalkeeper. One thing he did do was add all the minutes on at the end. So swings and roundabouts, I guess. I mean, I think he did go up to the Southampton keeper and tell him that. Rather than give him a warning, because he was never going to book him. But I'm sure he said to him at some point, "I'm adding all this time on at the end," and he did. I mean, when do you see 8 minutes added on? You don't see it very often, do you?
Yeah,
maybe in the first few games of the World Cup.
The Southampton keeper was wasting time from the first minute, from the beginning of the game. As soon as they went up 1-0 in the first minute.
At 2-0, it was 2-0, 20 minutes gone. They were wasting time from then. Definitely.
Yep. Big time, yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. But they are literally fighting for their lives, aren't they? The bottom of the league. They've got to get points. But I think that might be it for them now, having thrown away that lead. I don't think it's going to do their confidence much good. I know they've definitely gained a point there, but throwing away that lead, I don't know. I don't think that's going to do their confidence much good.
Yeah.
Cool.
Do we have we got any questions?
Yeah, we do. Yeah, we do. First one.
Breeze through them because we're running out of time.
Yeah, from Brad. Would it be ideal to start Trossard in place of Xhaka? I'm assuming if Xhaka's not fit come Wednesday.
I think he was only ill, wasn't he? I think it's just an illness. I presume he'll be playing. Certainly don't want to see Vieira again. But Trossard, anyone?
Trossard over.
Not for Xhaka.
Wow, not for Xhaka. Yeah, no, definitely not. No. You need that still was missing. I wouldn't even want to see Vieira in that game anyway. So.
Okay, another one from Brad. So let's try to run through this very quickly. Lineup predictions for the City game.
Right, goalkeeper, Ramsdale. Right back's going to be Ben White, hasn't it? Because we haven't got any other choice. Left back, Tierney or Zinchenko?
Zinchenko.
Zinchenko?
Yeah, right, Zinchenko.
Well, if Xhaka's not in, would you not start Tierney and then Zinchenko?
Maybe.
We know Teta won't do it, but that seems like the obvious choice.
He might do though. He might do after that Southampton game. He might do. Full centre backs. It's going to be Kiwi also going to play, is he? So we'll be Gabriel and Holding. Midfield's obviously going to be midfield. Would you Partey or Jorginho? Sorry.
Partey has been poor the last few games. I think
I will start him still though. Yeah, it's City game, guys. Yeah, I'll still start Partey. But because look, I think the factor we all need to think through is they've not played up to par last 2 games. There's a serious belief that they need to do better. So we can't waive that. If we look purely about the last 2 games, we'll be thinking of we need to drop Partey. But looking at the fact that they all need to prove themselves, and it's the biggest contender on Wednesday night, I will still want to start Partey completely.
Okay.
But
I tend to
like
agree
I said,
with you. I tend to agree. I think he's had look, everyone's entitled to the odd bad game, and I think, but if you look back, we've had better performances with Partey than we have had without him.
Yeah.
So I think from that perspective, I would if he's still not, if he's losing bad passes and giving the balls away in the midfield, that's a possible replacement. But I think starting with him is the better option.
Yeah. Xhaka, if he's fit, is obviously going to play, I would think. You're and Ødegaard's obviously going to play. Front 3.
Martinelli, Jesus, Saka.
Usual suspects. Trossard going to get in that team?
Yeah.
In the starting 11, do you think?
Not starting 11, but definitely a substitute.
I see Trossard coming in for Jesus for 30 minutes if he doesn't get a goal. That's my recommendation.
Yeah. Well, we'll relay that to Arteta.
I hope he's listening.
Okay, next one.
I've heard he always listens.
Next one. So, despite the fact that we have to win on Wednesday, don't you believe that to be the best, you need to beat the best? And if we don't beat them, then to put it bluntly, we don't deserve this title. Would you guys agree? So if we don't win on Wednesday, we shouldn't win the league. We don't deserve to win the league.
I started the show with that exact comment, and I stand by it still. I think Kyle is absolutely right. Is that if we get beat and they have a horrible run of form, which is all possible, by the way, guys. I mean, there are going to be. We've still got lots of hard games to play, and it'll feel like a shallow victory if we win the league without ever beating City.
Yeah,
it will be fantastic.
Sometimes you can just have a bogey team, though, can't you? I mean, you go take it back to like that 1989 season. I think Derby County did the double over Arsenal in that season, but we still won the league. But you wouldn't say that Derby County were better. You know what I mean? Yeah, but I also see it from your perspective in that
they're the champions.
It's
They're
good
the
to beat
champions.
City. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, we need to make a statement, you know, and this is going to do it.
For me, it's on the same level as going to Anfield in '89. You've got to go there, get the result. If you don't get it, you don't win the league.
Yeah.
So, Kyle, I kind of agree with you as well.
Yeah. Any other questions?
Yeah, there's quite a few. So this is not a question, so I'm going to turn it into a question. Just because, do you think that lately, especially since the Liverpool game, we've lacked that pressing aggression, pressing from the front in the last 3 games specifically? Anybody?
Yeah,
I think
we've lacked a steal, haven't we?
We start off well, like the first 20-30 minutes. Like when we play City, we start off extremely well. First 20-30 minutes before they start figuring us out. We slow down on the press a bit. I think the first few games we played against City, if we capitalized on our chances in the first 20-30 minutes, we'd have won those games. If we can do that Wednesday, we will win. But we lack the aggression, the press. After about 20-30 minutes, we just slow down a bit, let the other team come into the game.
Yeah, I quite agree. I think we lack that ruthlessness completely. I mean, you can't be tuning it up, and we just slow it down. If you look at Anfield, that's exactly when we need to be very ruthless and kill the game. You didn't get that feel. It's almost like the inexperience a little bit because we just slowed down and it just came after us, especially after the Shaka incident. When you 2-0 up and everything's to come down to goal difference, I would expecting us to be more ruthless, just go for more goals. But we just, take the foot out of the pedal, which to me, I don't know whether it has to do with experience, but there's just lacking ruthlessness that you see in City. So I'm hoping that with the last 2 not so good results, that we'll take those learnings into that Wednesday game. And everything is still pointing down to Wednesday game, all or nothing.
Second to last question. What are your guys' thoughts on Odegaard's performances? I'm assuming of the last couple of games.
Captain, fantastic.
I think he's had patches where you go, what is he doing? But he's also been pretty key to us scoring goals. I think. I don't think you can pin the blame on him for our defensive errors, can you? But we are scoring goals. I mean, we've scored 7 in the last 3. It's just unfortunate that we've conceded 7 in the last 3 as well.
Yeah.
I know.
He needs to shoot more. I think. Sometimes just always looks for that pass, and he's got a good shot on him. I think he just needs the confidence to start banging some more shots in.
Okay, and our last question is: if we lose to City and we're in second, so this is the result we don't want, lots of fans are going to be disappointed, and I'm sure there's going to be some backlash. And when he means by disappointment, probably backlash. However, it's a young squad gaining this experience and our potential signings in the new season. Who do you think will be able to then win the league next season? Or is this our one chance and we need to take it?
It's so difficult to predict that, isn't it? You never know what the other teams are going to be doing over the summer.
Exactly.
Who they're going to get in. I mean, you can't. Can you imagine Chelsea finishing mid-table next season with the amount of money that they're going to throw around? I mean, if they get the right manager in, the manager will turn it all around. It's just that they've got no direction at the moment. Liverpool.
Nobody wants to go there. Nobody wants to manage Chelsea.
Well, not at the moment. No, but let's say Chelsea get a top manager in there, and they give that manager some sort of guarantees. Because let's face it, Potter wouldn't have lasted 2 months under Abramovich, would he? He lasted a hell of a lot longer than I think everyone was thinking he would. And I think any new manager will get a lot more rope than previously under Abramovich. But you know, they get the right guy in, and that can all change. Liverpool, who knows? You know, they might come back next season. There's a lot of teams in the mix potentially next season. So
there's also Newcastle.
Yeah, there is Newcastle.
Well.
Do you think? I mean, you know, City game out of the way. Let's say we beat City, then we've got to go away to Newcastle after Chelsea as well. I mean, who's looking forward to going to Newcastle at the moment?
Wow.
Yeah.
To answer the question from Brad, I think there's no ways I would be disappointed if we don't win the league. I mean, that. If you just think of the plan, think of where we were at the beginning of the season, and think of the plan. The plan was top 4. We're sitting with the icing on the cake at the moment that we never thought we would be doing. You know, so there's no. It would not. And this is a young squad that's been built that has all the right things going for it. If we don't win, we don't win the league next year, but we will be contenders. There's no question. You know, we'll be, and people will still fear us. You know, and this team will just get stronger and stronger year on year, even if we're in Champions League. It all depends on what kind of spending happens in the summer. That we need to build depth because we're going to be playing Champions League, and that's going to be important. That we have the depth to be able to, you know, do what City's doing now. You know, to be contenders for different titles. You know, so I wouldn't be disappointed. No.
Yeah. So for me, I think yes, beginning of the season is top 4, but when you look at how long we've stayed on top of the league, it started giving us confidence, and expectation was built in by the fans. Okay. Having said that, though, right? If we don't win the league, there'll be a lot of disappointment, right, for a couple of weeks and all that. But we'll get around it to say, okay, you know what? We thought we could do it because it's almost feel inevitable sitting on the top of the league for so long, right? But we will, you know, get around the fact that we actually aim for top 4, and we'll support the team still. And I just believe that it's not just going to be a once-off thing. When I look at how young this team is currently, with the experience they're getting, and also what have happened now, if you can just get 1 or 2 potential reinforcement to key positions that we aim for, I think we'll be contending year end for now. That's my belief, and the fans will come around. Win or lose, we'll still support the team, but there'll be huge disappointment for a couple of weeks if we don't take the league.
Jody?
Yeah. I'll be disappointed if we don't win the league, I have to say. It's heartbreak. That draw against Southampton was heartbreaking, to say the least, for me personally. But hey, I didn't feel like that for years. Like it was the 08-09 seasons. You actually felt like that. Like there was actually something to play for, and we didn't get that feeling in ages in the league. So I think I'll be disappointed. We have to win this. We will win this.
Yeah, it's totally a hypothetical and irrelevant question anyway, because we're winning the league.
but also that, jumping into next season, I think we're going to have another big summer, another awesome. It is going to pull some awesome signings out of that. I don't know. I've just got this feeling that we're going to have another good summer. Do
you guys think that we need? I think we need better first team players, or do you just think we need more squad players?
For me,
I'd say first team players, because they need to fight for their position. We don't need guys that's going to sit on the bench and can come on. It must be guys that's on the bench and can get into that first team. Where you have a choice between Martinelli and some other superstar there, where you're spoiled for choice, and you know it's almost a like for like change. So if you take Martinelli off, you know the next guy that's coming is coming in there to do a job, not like. And not to slack off Reece Nelson, he helped us a lot in one game. But I mean, if you're comparing Martinelli to Reece Nelson, it's not a like for like. He's not going to have that same impact. And the same, you're going to take off Gabriel Jesus, you're going to bring in Eddie Nketiah. It's not, and we need to take off Jesus and bring up a Haaland or something like that. And that's the type of players we need.
It's got to be Declan Rice, doesn't it?
It's got to be Declan Rice.
Over Xhaka.
Got to be.
I'm on that page too, for real.
Yeah.
So
what about
look up.
Matoma? Can we steal Matoma from Brighton?
Matoma, yeah.
Matoma, yeah. See, he's looking pretty good, isn't he? Where did he come from?
I don't know, but I mean, every time he's on the ball, people panic, because he just takes people on, and he doesn't go down quickly. And he's always got a shot away at goal. He's always on target. I mean, wow, he's. I don't know where.
We need to tell Tommy who needs to speak to him.
Do we need to keep buying players from Brighton, or attempting to buy players from Brighton, or do we need to hire Brighton's recruitment team?
Yeah, that's the better option.
Or adopt their strategy for recruitment.
Good question. But right now we need a like for like, so you need that Premiership experience as well. You don't want to gamble at the stake, but as a long-term strategy, yes, we need to actually understand that Brighton does that recruitment. Yeah, at the long term.
They're getting in some great players, aren't they?
So
I saw a documentary on YouTube with their recruitment staff, and it's an unbelievable process that they go through. I mean, just gathering the stats worldwide. They just look at stats all over the place, and and there's so many things that go into finding. You're saying, where do you find these players? Well, it's intense research and really good scouts. So they've got it right. Let's face it. I mean, they definitely are buying the players, and the players are turning out to be superstars, which they sell. So I think I don't know what that's obviously their strategy, but a good one. So yeah, I think, Alex, to answer your question, yes, get hold of their recruiting staff.
Yeah. Right, we've done the whole game to death. What's coming up? A quiz, isn't it?
Quiz, yeah.
Let's do it. Right. Who got the anagram? Did anyone get the anagram? Other than that, you're not allowed to answer, Naseem.
I feel like it should be fun, but I'm not wrong.
Gavin,
nobody in the chat. Nobody in the chat's got it.
No one in the chat got it. Poor.
I said it feels like it should be Van Persie, but then the VP is putting you off. But I know it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why? Because it doesn't have snake.
There we are.
Kevin Campbell.
I was wrong.
Kevin
Morgan, you can have at least let me answer so I could feel good about myself.
Yeah, Kevin Campbell, great striker, great guy actually. I don't know if you get a lot of the English TV over in South Africa, but he's become more of a pundit these days. He's getting himself on quite a few TV channels and stuff. He's actually a pretty good pundit, to be fair. I like him. He's got a good character. So, Kevin Campbell. Next question. So, Manchester City has very much had the upper hand over Arsenal in recent years, having won all of the team's last 11 Premier League ties. But Arsenal has had some good runs over the Citizens as well, most famously not losing a single Premier League tie over 18 games between the sides from 28th of September 1992 to 4th of May 2006, including 15 wins. Who scored the only goal in the first of those matches? Was it Kevin Campbell? Was it B, Johnny Jensen? Or was it C, Ian Wright? Majid, let's start with you.
Take a guess. I'll go with Kevin Campbell.
Kevin Campbell. Jody?
I don't know this one. 90. Is this the first? 92.
Yeah, 92. Yep.
Yeah. Ian Wright was playing then. It's the first season of the Premier League. I'm gonna say Ian Wright.
Yeah. Naseem? I know you don't get to. Do you get a shout? Are you allowed to? No. Go on, Gavin.
Honestly, I don't know.
I think it's Ian Wright.
Ian Wright. Go on, Naseem. What are you saying? Have you
In fact, I remember Ian Wright.
Ian Wright is the obvious choice. Knowing Morgan is not going to be the obvious choice. I'm going to go.
Do you think it'll be Kevin Campbell again? Do you think he's done the double?
Nah, he could. That's Morgan. You know what? I'm going to go with that just because it's Morgan. I don't know who it is. I'll go Kevin Campbell just because Morgan would do something like that. We've got a lot of Ian Wright.
The legend that is Ian Wright. A little word on Ian Wright. I don't know if some of you know that Ian Wright went to the supporters club earlier on last week. Congratulations to all of those people that actually got to meet him. Commiserations to those who didn't. However,
I was there.
Were you?
Yeah, signed the shirt.
Excellent.
Yeah, he will sign the shirt for me. Brilliant. Yeah.
Excellent. Ian Wright is an absolute legend.
I'm sure he's everybody's hero before Thierry.
Yeah. You know what? Thierry Henry might have the record, but I tell you what, Ian Wright is probably TV's best personality. He's one of the greatest guys on TV. Honestly, he's such a top bloke. I love watching his shows when he's on TV. Awesome. So I will say one thing, right? If you are dealing with celebrities like Ian Wright, it's really, really difficult to pin them down for any sort of event, right? So it can be quite a lot of hassle, timings change, everything changes at the last minute. You know, I used to work in the film industry. When you're dealing with celebrities, everything changes at the last minute and you never know where you are. And then all of a sudden everything's off and then it's on again and then it's off again and then it's at a different time. And then some people are invited and then some people are not invited and everyone's invited, then the whole thing's cancelled. So that's how it is, I'm afraid. And so, it's amazing that Ian Wright even went to the supporters club because it wasn't a paid event, and any sort of money that was initially planned to be charged on the door was only to raise funds to actually buy Ian Wright something so that he could take it away as a souvenir. Because let's face it, no one at Arsenal Cape Town gets paid. Okay, everybody does it as a volunteer, right? Everybody does it in their free time, you know, and it does take quite a lot of free time, you know. We all take hours out of our week, you know, doing stuff for Arsenal Cape Town because, you know, everyone loves it or whatever. But, you know, it wasn't to rip people off. And if anything, it was just to sort of control the numbers because Ian Wright's party was saying, they were saying that they might not show up. If there's a big queue of people outside, then they're just going to drive past. So they wanted it to be more of a small sort of intimate event anyway. So, and then the timings changed and then they left quite early anyway to go somewhere because they had to be somewhere else. And that's just how it was. So great if you got to see him. Awesome. Top guy and everything. What we will not tolerate is any abuse to any of the people that organised that or anyone involved in Arsenal Cape Town or Ian Wright's party because it's unacceptable, essentially. Everyone's doing it, you know, for the love of the club, essentially, for the love of Ian Wright. Everyone's trying to get people involved in it and everyone wants everyone to meet Ian Wright because he's such an awesome guy, but not everyone can meet him. And I just want to say the abuse is unacceptable. Please don't let it happen again, any of you. I know some of you were upset that you didn't meet him, but unfortunately that's the way of the world. So anyway, I'm not going to dwell on it. Ian Wright's a bloody legend. Thanks a million for coming to the club. And question 3. Right. So my name is Peter Lovell. I'm the person who came up with the drawing that inspired the Arsenal mascot Gunnosaurus Rex, which made its debut against Manchester City in August 1994. Some good trivia. How old was I when I did the drawing?
Jeez.
Great question, though. Great question.
6.
Majid?
Oh, no idea.
Morgan, where did you get this question?
It's a great question, though. It's a great
Trying to.
question.
I'm gonna take a guess and say 12.
12.
There's a couple of 9s in the chat. Yes, 9s. Gavin? Oh, Gavin's gone. We got a 7 in the chat. 9. And a 13. What do you say, Alex?
I'll go with 45.
45. I'm actually going to go with 10. Okay, Morgan, you can show us the answer. Nice. 11. Oh, it's close. No 11s. We had 9s, we had 7s, we had 13s, 12s, and 10s. Jeez.
Wow.
It looks like a schematic.
Yeah.
It's excellent. I think it's awesome, to be honest. Yeah. It's brilliant. I've got a Gunnosaurus Rex in my house somewhere. A little toy. Been passed down through generations. And that's it on the questions. So weeks ahead, and we'll go quickly through this because we're already 10 minutes over. We're going to win all our fixtures. Man City are going to lose most of theirs. Their fixture list is piling up. We don't have many left. We've only got the games in the league, so that's 6 left, and they've got how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They've got 10 more games left.
Yeah.
You look at some of them, and they're quite close together, aren't they?
Yeah.
Leeds, Real Madrid. That's 3 games in 6 days.
Yeah. I mean, they've got West Ham and Leeds like 3 days apart. Jeez, they've got a lot of games. They're gonna look. The thing is, even if we lose to them, I still think that they're going to drop a lot of points.
Well,
that Fulham game is not going to be easy. That West Ham game is also not going to be easy. Bards at home. Okay, the Everton game, that's easy. I think Chelsea, Brighton, Brentford, that's all difficult games.
I think Everton might be tougher than you think away from home for Man City. Goodison Park, I think Everton have got a reasonable chance.
Yeah,
Brighton away will be tricky. Brentford's aren't going to be a rollover, are they, at the end? So all to play for. We're winning the league. Excellent.
Yeah.
So coming up, those are the fixtures coming up. Any potential big ones? West Ham, Liverpool, Chelsea, Brentford, a London derby there.
The Leeds Leicester one is big.
I suppose for Leeds.
Yeah. Well, they're both there at the bottom, so it's a big one.
Yeah. Absolutely. Spurs, Man United. That'll be an interesting one.
Yeah.
Spurs will be looking to bounce back. Yeah, I mean, top four's still open for Spurs, isn't it? They could still get there, I think, but hopefully not.
Cool.
Right, moving on. Of course, the weekend as well. So there were the midweek fixtures. Weekend. What's coming up there? Man United, I feel like that would be an interesting one. Yeah, Liverpool, Spurs. Spurs have got some tasty fixtures, haven't they, in a row? Let's all laugh at Spurs.
Isn't City not playing this weekend again?
They play Fulham. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
We got Chelsea at home.
Newcastle, Southampton. That should be easy for Newcastle. Yeah, Liverpool, Spurs, Arsenal, Chelsea on a Tuesday, annoyingly. But it gives us a little bit of extra time to recover from the City game.
It gives us almost a week.
It does give us almost a week. So, we'll go through predictions very quickly. Yeah, I don't want to look at that.
We don't want to see that. Skip that.
It's all going to change on Wednesday, so it's fine.
Yeah.
Right, Man City game predictions. Jody.
Going 2-1 to Arsenal.
Gavin.
I'm going to go 1-0 to Arsenal.
Is that an 89th minute winner?
Yeah.
Majid?
Yeah, I'm expecting a lot of goals. 3-2 Arsenal.
3-2.
Ooh.
Alex the apprehensive. Well, I'm not going to go 5-0. But I might take the 1-0 to Arsenal.
So on the predictor game, I have it as a draw, 1-1.
Are you going for the draw?
No, I'm not. I'm actually changing my prediction to 2-1.
What, to Man City?
2-1 to Arsenal. Jeez. I think we're going to win them.
Absolutely. Of course we're going to win.
Yeah. Awesome. What's
next? We didn't have a Chelsea score, actually, but Chelsea's going to come after next week's show, isn't it? So, we're all good. Yeah, it's on a Tuesday. I got that. Right. Don't forget to check out our website, guys, for the predictor game where I'm not doing very well. I'm below the graphics team again.
I was 5th at the stage. What the hell is going on with me, man?
It's because we all banked on Arsenal wins, and some people were thinking we're going to bottle it. Like Bevan. Bevan's doing pretty well. Did Bevan win last year?
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Yeah. He's the Man City. Yeah.
He is.
He keeps predicting we lose.
We haven't been losing, so there we are.
Yeah.
We have been drawing. Question of the show. That'll be your call.
We've got two. One goes to Kyle. That's his question. Do you agree that if we don't win Wednesday, we shouldn't deserve to win the league? And Brad is the other winning question. So double up this week. Kyle and Brad.
There, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome
What's the deal? Are they both going to win a prize each? Are they going to share the beer glasses, or are they going to get?
No. They'll get a prize each. So meet Warren at the pub.
Excellent. Get yourselves to the pub, guys. Claim your prize from Warren.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well done, guys. Top stuff.
Funny enough, Warren predicts a 3-3 draw.
Warren?
Oh.
Really?
Yeah. I was very surprised, but there's a couple of 3-2s, and Brad with a 4-3. That is that 4-3 to Arsenal?
Next to the home, eh?
Right?
4-3 to the home team.
4-3 to City.
No, it's got to be to Arsenal, hasn't it? Come on. Right, that wraps it up, guys. Thanks for coming on the show, everyone. Majid, Jody, Gavin. Pleasure to have you all on. Thanks for all the comments as well. The audience has been pretty lively tonight. So, let's go and demolish City. Come on.
Yep. Enjoy the game.
Let's do it.
See you soon, guys. Cheers.
Thanks, guys. Cheers.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.